Hey guys, Mark Rodriguez here.
And Paige.
And you're watching Mark and Paige at the movies. We just came back from watching Avengers, Age of Ultron. And I gotta say that I know it's the opening weekend. We're gonna try very hard not to mention like the real big spoilers. But there are still some spoilers here and there. And if you guys want to avoid any kind of spoilers and stuff, then, well, you have been warned, okay? So if you guys want to watch it, you can stop watching the video, come back next week or something. But if you want to keep watching the video, we're starting it now. So anyways, guys, let me start this off here. One thing I do gotta say is that if you're watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it really does like to follow closely to all these Marvel movies. And if you've seen the very last episode, they found out that Von Strucker from Hydra actually has Loki's scepter with them, with their whatever plans they're up to. And Coulson actually said, well, we can't waste time. Bring on the Avengers. And that's how this movie basically starts out. It starts out with the big mission of the Avengers going out there and attacking Von Strucker's base to get Loki's scepter back and everything. And yeah, lots of interesting things happen. We find out that Von Strucker had the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver with him, you know, capture experiments, all that stuff, like we seen at the end of, I think it was, yes, at the end of Captain America Winter Soldier, we kind of saw that. But then we find out more things, that they're working on weird technology stuff. Tony Stark, I guess, had this idea of making this, I guess, artificial intelligence called Ultron that was supposed to help save the world, protect the world, all that good stuff. I guess his basic...
after they find out the scepter has intelligence?
Yeah, so we're kind of, breezing through it a little, And, well, basically, he's, I guess, paranoid about, like, another alien invasion in the future or something, so have someone like Ultron to defend them, but of course, Ultron develops his own intelligence. He gets kind of warped. He wants to destroy everything. He eventually gets his copies. And, the Avengers gotta stop him and stuff. That's like the basic plot right there of how it goes. And any thoughts on the movie so far, Paige? Okay, well, I'll start first. So one thing I gotta say is it's a very good movie. They expanded a lot of the characters, especially the characters that don't have their own movies. Like, we got to see a lot about Hawkeye and everything. We got to see lots of
he
stuff
finally has something in the movie instead of just a quick cameo in Thor, and then pretty much a scene here and there in the Avengers when he was pretty much just brainwashed. He finally has more of a film for himself too. Well, not a full film, but at least he has more in this film than
the first one, yeah.
That's the first two.
Yeah. And another thing is, if you guys are fans of Hawkeye in general, I mean, this is basically kind of like the Hawkeye movie. It really focuses more on him and everything.
I never cared for him before, but now I have more reason to care for him.
Yeah, they show more of his characteristics, a more well-rounded character. And Black Widow, we also go a little bit into her past, some of her, I guess, flashbacks and how she got trained to become the Russian spy assassin we know now and everything.
Well, it's more a nightmare, not a flashback.
Yeah, but it's still... it goes into her history. And we also found out a bit more about the Hulk, kind of, sort of, how he acts, more of his personality and everything. Because, again, well, I don't know. I mean, I know that the Incredible Hulk movie is supposed to count within this thing, but it's a different actor. I really want to see a Hulk movie with Mark Ruffalo in it.
That's what I was thinking during the movie. Yeah. That they hint that Natasha cares for Bruce more than just like all her friends and Hawkeye, like how she cares about Hawkeye, but just as a friend. But then you can tell with how she acts with Bruce, it's much different than everybody else.
Yeah, and it's very good scenes. And then, of course, we have other characters, shall I say, would-be Avenger characters. We do have Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who are both captive. Of course, due to the whole Fox thing, the X-Men stuff, you can't mention the fact that they're mutants. You can't mention the fact that they're Magneto's sons. They can't do that.
Sons?
Son and daughter, kids, children, whatever. They can't mention that. But, they kind of go with it. They have a personal vendetta against Tony Stark because apparently when they were kids, their place got all blown up and stuff with Stark missiles. And of course, this was before, like the old time, like in Iron Man, first Iron Man movie, he had all these weapons of war and destruction before he kind of woke up and noticed that his company was making these and that he wants to stop. But the people are going to know that, so they're after him. So they kind of started with Ultron at first. And everything, and yeah, they did a very good job. A very good performance. And Scarlet Witch, of course, played by Elizabeth Olsen. She did a very good job too. She played how the Scarlet Witch always is kind of crazy. I do like the scene where they're describing their powers, and it's like, well, he's fast and she's weird, which is basically Scarlet Witch. She's just weird, you know. And then, I guess you could call it kind of sort of a spoiler, but the character has been seen in the movie poster. If you go to Subway and stuff, he's like right there in the cup. I mean, it's not that big of a spoiler, but the Vision is in the movie. Does a very good job. He's not like, I can't really say he did it too much, but he does kind of, I mean, he's basically the Vision how he acts in the comics. Kind of a nice, kind-hearted, compassionate person, but he's still kind of stiff because he's still basically an android. Lots of cool stuff. And, so basically, yeah, it was a good movie. Lots of action scenes, lots of good character build-up, a lot of characters. It's so weird because so many characters, and they all got their scenes. They all got to see their emotions, their thoughts, what's going on. This movie was a lot more plot-driven, if you want to call it like that. Cause,
humor.
Yeah, that's a good humor. If you notice, it's kind of like, they all been kind of like that. If you notice, Captain America was pretty simple, just his story, whatever, he wakes up, whatever. And Winter Soldier was a lot more of a complex plot. And the same with Thor, the Dark World was a lot more complex than the first movie. And Avengers too. Avengers was basically just, these guys meet and they fight Loki, basically, when you really break it down. This one really goes deep into who they are. They do the whole, you know, the superhero team is divided, what do we do now kind of thing. You find out.
Well, they were divided in the first movie too, remember?
Yes, but now it's more like they're defeated, they're done, they're over. But here
they were defeated and done and over, remember? Hulk went crazy. Phil was killed. Yeah, they lost Hulk. It was just pretty much Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man.
Yeah.
In the helicopter.
No, I guess. That's true. That's true. But this one, I guess, since they know each other more, they kind of dig deeper into themselves and everything. So it was pretty good. And little things here and there. The land of Wakanda appears in the movie. And, you know, it's a fictional place. It doesn't exist in the real world, whatever. But for people that know, this is where the Black Panther lives. So, of course, that kind of opens the door for a future either Black Panther movie or Black Panther appearing in one of the other movies or whatever. Sorry. And we also have good appearances. We got War Machines in it. We got
Falcon, who was just like in it for like the party scene, and then he was gone. Like, Falcon, you're here.
I know.
You're gone. Oh, and you're back. What the hell did you do?
I know.
I was happy when I saw Falcon. I actually truly was happy. I'm like, oh my gosh, Falcon's in the movie. I knew Rhodey was in it because he was in the preview for it. He actually fought in the big battle. He helped the Avengers fight. But
I'll just say this little minor spoiler because it's not really too plot altering. Where was Falcon during this? So the Avengers are fighting, and hey, War Machine's here too to help out. And where's Falcon? It would have been nice if he was also there, flying and fighting. He's pretty cool. He was very good in the Winter Soldier. And I do like it. And they do little references. They did kind of mention that. I didn't actually see the name or nothing, but they were saying like we're doing like missing persons reports, whatever. So it kind of implies that they were kind of trying to find Winter Soldier in between that movie and this one. So that's what they're doing in their hobbies and everything. So you know they still mention everything. It's all good. And so basically, yeah, awesome movie, pretty good. Oh, and I gotta say, let's not forget Ultron himself. I do like the fact that Ultron.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say earlier. Go.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Ultron was not super like
serious.
Just evil serious. Yes, he was very jokey. It was a weird sense of humor. It was
in the middle. It's not like he wasn't. He was serious and he was joking, but the jokes wasn't overpowering. It was like a joke that was pretty good. Like, it was like the final battle, and the Hulk jumps onto his plane. I guess he was at the point of giving up, and he ended up just using a plane to start shooting everybody up. But the thing is, Hulk jumps onto it. He's like, God damn it.
Yeah, it's like, I thought I was done with these guys and everything. But that's the thing. It was like a weird humor between being sarcastic and stuff, but also kind of sort of, I guess, the innocence of being a robot and not knowing how humans work compared to robots. Those little jokes here and there, you know.
They kept the whole strings on. There's no strings on me, that creepy song he kept saying.
Yeah. And, Yeah, but that was a good thing though. It made him interesting, made him comical. I mean, that was kind of good. That was kind of cool. It's beyond just I'm evil because I'm evil. Haha. That was the one thing about Malekith in Dark World. In the movie, he was all like that. I'm gonna destroy everything because I am the bad guy. But then I read the comics and he's joking and teasing and stuff too. I'm like, wow, he should have done that in the movie. So I'm glad that Ultron had the sense of humor, made him an interesting character and not just two-dimensional and stuff.
I want to watch Captain America now.
Yeah. And, well, he did a good job with the movie. Like I said, it's action-packed. One of my biggest fears was it was going to suffer what many people call the either Batman and Robin syndrome or the Spider-Man 3 syndrome, where there's just so many people in the movie that the plot just goes south. But no. Everyone had lots of screen time, lots of character development, and the bad guys too, everything. And, I don't know how they did it. You got about basically 10 or so superhero characters, good or bad, in the movie, and somehow they pulled it off. It was very good. And any last thoughts you want to say on that page? Any extra?
Good movie. Here's a question for you. Which Quicksilver do you like better?
See, that's the hard part. I
like the X-Men one better because I like his humor. Other than, well, this Quicksilver had his humor in a way, but I didn't care for him. I like the Quicksilver from the X-Men movie, the Fox version.
Yeah, that's a strange question. They're both like in their own ways. But one thing is that this Quicksilver felt more complete because he had a sister to bounce off of. He's rarely alone. He's always with his sister. And another one we didn't see that because, of course, I guess as far as we know, he's an only child. They never mentioned the sister or anything. The only thing that really threw me off though is the facial hair.
My father can mess with metal.
Yeah, the thing is, as far, I don't know, you like super hardcore comic book fans might correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I've always seen, Quicksilver's always been clean shaven. It was kind of weird seeing the hair thing, whatever. But yeah, yeah. But it's hard to say. I kind of like this one just a little bit better, also because he was more important to the plot. Because Quicksilver, and the other movie he was awesome, and
he didn't stay in the movie very long. It was just that big couple scenes, and that was it.
Yeah, and people might say that is like probably maybe even the best scene of the whole movie was his scenes in that one when they're helping out with breaking out Magneto, but he vanishes from the plot after that, and that's kind of dumb. They don't think like, hey, we could use this guy, stick around with us. Now it's just okay, go home now. And it's weird. But here they did a really good job.
Well, they only needed him to break out Magneto, so that's all they needed him for. So there's no point keeping him. Let's see. I like the humor. I liked everything about the movie. Seriousness, humor. The more getting into Hawkeye, you can learn more about him than just this Ram guy playing with a bow and arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I like the connection between the Widow and Hulk, Bruce Banner, Iron Man. There's Iron Man language.
Yes, that was one of the best scenes, the best, running gag throughout the movie.
And then Captain America's Captain America. That's pretty much it. Black Widow, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver were pretty good. And that's pretty much it. Good, last, what's that, bonus scene.
Yes, extra.
It made one person on the crowd go crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm sure most of you comic book fans and people that have been seeing the previous Marvel movies are going to go super crazy. That's the only thing I'm saying is don't get up and leave, wait for the credits.
Well, there's nothing after the credits. The main credits say about the main crew, main cast. Yeah, it's after that scene saying all the main cast. And then, in the middle of the credits.
Yeah, like the first end credit. But unfortunately, if you actually stay there and wait until the very, 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 very end of the movie, there's really nothing there. But the thing is, wow, that thing they showed, I don't know how they could have topped that anyway. But
I joked, I was talking to Jenna, I showed her my phone, I'm like, someone just seeing it, because Anna freaked out over, oh my god.
Yeah, well, it's like, the only thing I could say is I only appear in movies and cameos to make the fanboys jizz. You'll probably know who we're talking about. But, basically, bottom line.
Epic, you know what, clothing accessory.
Yes.
The epic clothing accessory.
To end all clothing accessories, basically. But, yeah, but anyways, guys, that's the whole thing. Bottom line, very good movie, very awesome, will not disappoint. For people that complained that the first movie's plot was too simplistic or whatever, this one, like, really delivers. Like I said, there's just, like, this trend where all the sequels
like,
are a lot more...
literally at the beginning, it's action-filled. Like,
yeah.
it's like, if you watched Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., it literally went
right after that.
Yeah.
Bring on the Avengers. Get Loki's scepter. Movie starts off, bam, already in action, driving over there, flying, you know, and all the stuff they do. But, oh, and of course, the Hulkbuster versus the Hulk scene. Super epic, super awesome fight.
Funny.
What were you saying?
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was like the most, yeah, it was a good scene. It lived up to the hype and everything. People were so excited for the trailers. It was a good scene. It was a good fight scene. But anyways, guys, yeah, that wraps it up.
Go to sleep.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know, that was funny. Everybody was cracking up there. And I like it because nothing would stop the Hulk. He's like, oh, come on, Banner, you gotta work with me here. Come on, you know.
And then he spit out a tooth and said, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so basically, bottom line, guys, good movie. I have no real complaints about the movie. And if you guys are following Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I guess watch the next week's episode to see what happens, like, what's the fallout of this. Because these episodes, and that's so weird though, they really bank on the fact that you're going to watch it opening weekend. Because if you miss the opening weekend, whatever, you're basically lost or screwed in the next episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's like the whole Winter Soldier thing. If you didn't see the whole Hydra S.H.I.E.L.D. thing, you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you're like, what the hell happened here? What? Like, it just changed. So, I guess you
So
really...
it was after Thor. Well, let's get to the point.
Yeah, so bottom line, awesome movie. Like I said, there's big spoilers. There's big events that happen in the movie that we just can't really mention because it's the opening weekend. Let's be fair here. But, yeah. So anyways, guys, this is Mark Rodriguez here.
Paige.
Yep. We're marking Paige in the movies, and we'll be seeing you at the movies.
Next movie, I don't know.
Well, there's an Ant-Man movie coming out, and yes, I know, but we'll have to see exactly how that's going to tie into the rest of the, you know, Marvel Cinematic Universe. And also watch Daredevil and Netflix, because apparently that also ties into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But anyways, guys, see y'all next time.
Goodbye.